How do you know you've healed? How do you know you've recovered and overcome the narcissist abuse or any other traumatic experience that you might have experienced? I'm going to break it down to the 7 steps, and I would love your feedback. Have you gone through these steps? Have you experienced any of these phases? And what have I left out? The objective of this rant edition, this podcast, is a community effort. It's so that we can be supportive of each other, and it's through each other's support and feedback that we actually grow. So let me dive into the 7 steps that let you know that you have now recovered. You are in a place of empowerment. And of course, typically I am going to leave what I believe is the best for last. Officially welcome everybody to the Sigma Empath Podcast Rant Edition. My name is Vital Germaine. I'm here with my sidekick Confucius, all about wisdom. 7-time author, including the book Think Like an Artist, Reaching Higher, and the most important book that relates to the empath is Pink is the Color of Empathy, your 360 guide to optimizing your empathy so that you may never be a victim of narcissist abuse again, and that you may tap into the high value person that you are. Let's dive into number 1. The number 1 way that you can tell that you have recovered from your abuse or from your abuser is your body will let you know. What does that mean? During the phase of narcissist abuse, your body will have experienced an overload of cortisol. And the cortisol physiologically impacts your brain. It gives you high blood pressure, high tension, loss of clarity. You are just no longer the same person that you are because you're running on basically a level of emotional reserve. You've lost all cognitive clarity. You're just no longer the same person. Once you start to feel that your body, that the nervous system has been able to regulate itself again, that you feel a level of calm, maybe no more anxiety attacks, then you realize that your body has recovered, because your body is always a representation of your emotional, mental, and spiritual state. All of those things manifest into this physical vessel that we have. So check your body. How is your body feeling? If you're starting to feel good, less aches and pains, less inflammation in your body, you know that you are either recovered or you are on the road to recovery. Your body is a good gauge. Know your body. You probably know your body quite well already, but just take a pause and check in on your body. All right, that's a good sign. Number 1, your body. Listen to your body. And then number 2 is a continuation of the listening to. But now your intuition, there's this silent little voice that now feels safe again. Your intuition is letting you know it's safe. The coast is clear. You can put down your guard. You can put down all your defense mechanisms. You can exhale. But you've got to connect to that voice. It's letting you know all is well. We're back. You might not be the same person you used to be, but you're no longer in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode. You have realigned with yourself or this new version of yourself, but you're connected. You're in alignment. There is, once again, a level of harmony within your physical, your spiritual, your intellectual. All right, so reconnect with your intuition. Listen to your soul. That's how you're going to know. Number 3, while you are experiencing narcissist trauma due to the cortisol, you have lost clarity. Your brain cannot function. There's that level of brain fog. You are overwhelmed. You can't make decisions. You're numb. You're indecisive, filled with self-doubt, filled with a lack of confidence, if not self-loathing. Once you start to feel that you're becoming you again, and you start to have plans for the future, you can start envisioning things again. There's a level of calm. Again, going back to the same thing, the calm, but the clarity. All of a sudden, you're back to you. You're on it. You're making quick decisions, informed decisions without hesitation. Your confidence is slowly coming back. So that's number 3. Number 4, this is really an important one. And this is maybe the the biggest sign to really know, not the most important, but the biggest sign, it's the easiest to identify. While you're recovering from your narcissist abuser or any traumatic experience, that somebody did you wrong in any capacity. It could be somebody who financially ripped you off. It can be a toxic boss who cost you your career, whatever it is. Here's the sign that you have recovered and you have let go of the pain. Is that you no longer get angry when you think about that person. Or at least you no longer get angry to the point where the anger takes away the things I've said before. The anger, if you're unrecovered, unhealed, the anger will cloud your clarity. It will disconnect you from your intuition, and your body will once again produce that cortisol because your anger is stimulating all those things. So if you can think about the situation, if you can think about the person who did you wrong and you don't get angry, you know that you have moved on and let go. And the beautiful part about this sign is that when you're not getting angry, it really means you have gone above it, that their part of your story is now insignificant. Insignificant in this sense. It was a learning experience, but that experience, those thoughts, those memories no longer control who you are today. That person no longer has control on your emotional state. You are no longer angry because you're above it. I let it go. I've moved on. It's insignificant to my life today because I'm now looking forward, or I'm living in the moment. That doesn't mean you deny what happened. It just doesn't make you angry. And once you get to that place of no more anger, it's a beautiful feeling. Let me know if you can relate to that sensation when you were no longer angry, when you're no longer angry at the person that did you wrong. It's such a beautiful place. If you're not there yet, stay calm, carry on. It's just around the corner. Keep doing the work. And it's worth it. It is worth the effort. It is worth the patience. And along that journey, as I say always, have empathy for yourself. Forgive yourself. And a continuation of this now is that we go to bullet point number 5. You're going to love this, Confucius. Bullet point number 5 is that not only are you no longer angry, there's a level of, you ready for this? There's a level of appreciation for the experience. And I'm going to break down what I mean by that. I'm not necessarily talking gratitude. I don't know if we should be grateful for having been traumatized and violated and emotionally raped. I don't know if we should be grateful for that. However, there is a level of appreciation. I'm going to explain what I mean. The appreciation looks like this. As a result of that experience, it made me go inward. It made me go on a journey that I may not have gone down. It made me look inward. It made me connect to my strength. It made me connect and understand my core values. It made me realize what's important to me. It made me realize I need to set boundaries moving forward. It developed my discernment. That's the appreciation. I can now look back at I've had many narcissistic experiences, but there was one in particular, and I can now look back with appreciation. Yeah, you know what? Had that not happened, I would not have dug deep, and I would not feel the level of empowerment that I am today. In some way, it's speculation because we don't know. But there's a level of appreciation. Nelson Mandela once said, "I never lose. Sometimes I win or I learn." It means that you understand that it was a learning opportunity. You didn't lose. It was a learning opportunity that you have now capitalized on. That's the appreciation that I'm talking about. Again, as in previously mentioned, if you've reached that level of appreciation for what you went through, let me know, because your comments helps other people who maybe aren't there yet. Have you gone through that phase of a level of appreciation for what you went through? And then that brings us to number 6. Number 6 is you've taken all that learning experience, you've taken the appreciation, you've taken the pain, and now the anger's been removed. But all that experience, as hurtful as it was, as soul destroying as it was, you have now, or you are in the process of alchemizing that experience. Alchemizing means you're doing this little magic potion where it's transmuting into something of beauty and something of value. The pain, the torture is turning into something of beauty and something of value. What that value is different for each individual. For me, that value was I went down a path of writing a book. I went down a path of starting a coaching business because I wanted to help and empower other people who might be going through that. I took that pain and I turned it into purpose. Have you reached that level of being able to alchemize your experience for your own gain and then ultimately for the gain of others that you now choose to share, to enlighten, to empower, to support, to better understand others? Have you alchemized your experience? And then that brings us to the last one, number 7. With all that journey you've gone through, and I somewhat touched on this a little bit earlier on about your intuition, but it's going even deeper than the intuition. Through your experience, you've regained the level of self-confidence, but more than self-confidence, you trust yourself again. You trust that you can identify the narcissist moving forward. You trust that the red flags that you're seeing are valid. You trust your intuition. In fact, you don't trust your intuition. You now obey your intuition because you know that it knows. The intuition is based on 2 things, the gut and the heart. Allegedly, there are 3 minds. The physical brain, the heart, and the gut. We have that gut feeling. Whenever you now have that gut feeling, you've got to completely trust it because you trust yourself. You now have the experience. You've got a level of reasoning combined with intuition and instinct. You've got to trust yourself now. Every decision you're going to make moving forward, trust it. Have total conviction. This is the right thing to do. Why? Because I've got all this experience. My intuition is screaming at me and my gut is telling me, and then ultimately your heart. I don't want to talk too much about the Heart Math Institute, but the Heart Math Institute has proven scientifically that the heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain does to the heart. The heart is actually the cradle of knowledge. It knows. It creates an electromagnetic sphere around your body that is more powerful than the brain. This thing right here, trust it. Trust it, trust it, trust it. That is the cradle of your self-confidence, of your knowing without knowing. Let me know if you understand this. There are things now that you know, you don't know how you know. You just know. And you've got to trust that know. So if you've gone through all those 7 steps and those 7 things are in place, you know that you have fully recovered. There's a caveat to that when I say fully recovered. There might possibly be little moments when you will fall out of alignment. There might be a moment of doubt. There might be a little bit of anger that creeps up. But the ultimate thing is that it no longer controls you. That's the key. You are now in a position of power that those things no longer control you. Everybody, thank you for listening to my Sigma Empath podcast rant edition with my friend and sidekick Confucius. If I can be of value for you in terms of coaching, you want to do a deeper dive into these topics, please connect with me. You've got multiple books here that you can read. Also, I've got some online courses. You can check all the links in the description below. And remember, stay empowered. And if you're not in an empowered position yet, keep working at it because it is so beautiful once you get there. Thank you.